Hey, Maddie, did you start the popcorn?
It's going right now. Is the movie ready to go?
I'm just waiting on you guys.
Zosha, are the rooms cleaned up?
Yeah, we're just finishing Amelia's room.
Thank you. Yaya, are you helping?
Yes, Cheeseburger Cat is helping too.
All right, well, when you're done cleaning up, put your jammies on. It's movie night.
Oh, Mickey 站起来，跳上海谁上了来 Hey Mickey, Hey Mickey.
Hello, this is Mommy.
What's up, everyone? I'm Daddy.
Hi, I'm Zosha and I'm 7 years old. Hi, I'm Mealy and I'm 5 years old. And this week we watched The Meg.
Warner Brothers Pictures put out this live-action film in 2018. It's rated PG-13 and has a runtime of 1 hour and 53 minutes. Some other kid-friendly films they put out around this time were Teen Titans Go to the Movies and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
This movie is about a group of researchers that discover that the Mariana Trench is hiding an entirely new layer of life beneath the floor of frozen gas. After getting through and seeing the abundance of new species, one of them happens to be a giant prehistoric shark called a megalodon. After barely escaping an attack, they head back through the frozen gas and realize that they were followed before the layer sealed back up. And now they must stop the shark before it reaches populated areas.
Some familiar faces and voices in this movie. Jonas is played by Jason Statham. He is the voice of Tybalt in the movie Romeo and Juliet, and he's well known for starring in quite a few different action franchises. Morris is played by Rainn Wilson. He is Galaxar in the movie Monsters vs. Aliens, Larry in The Last Mimsy, and of course, all the parents know him as Mr. Dwight Schrute in The Office. Mac is played by Cliff Curtis. He is Tik-Tik in the movie 10,000 BC, and a newer movie, he is Chief Tonovari in Avatar: The Way of Water.
Toshi is played by Masi Oka. He is a hero from the show Heroes, Kimura from the movie Spies in Disguise, and he is also Bruce from the movie Get Smart. The director of this movie is John Turteltaub. He made some classic films like Three Ninjas, Cool Runnings, and he also is the man behind the National Treasure films.
All right, girls, so let's start off. Zosha, did you learn anything from this movie?
I learned that you shouldn't go too deep because it will be very, very, very dangerous.
It is.
And too dark.
It's dark, and they faced quite a lot of danger and troubles and issues, and it doesn't sound like a good day for anybody. Amelia, what did you learn from this movie?
I learned to stay away from sharks.
Yeah, sharks can be dangerous.
Did you learn anything, Daddy?
I did. So I learned that we need to be better prepared, take correct steps before doing something. So the researchers in this movie go down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and then instead of just turning back and saying, all right, that was a good day's work, they decide they're going to put out rovers, they're going to throw lights out there, and they're going to start disturbing the home of all these creatures that are down there for who knows how long. And that's their home, so they're not where they're supposed to be. So if they were better prepared, they would have done little steps at a time, and I think that that was something that can transfer over to real life now. Like, hey, if you're going to be doing something you don't know or you never done before, maybe take baby steps and you'll get better. You'll know how to go and attack this plan that you have set in place, whatever that should be.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They definitely go from 0 to 60. They're like, we hypothesize that this isn't actually the floor. This is just an ice layer. Oh, cool. It's an ice layer. Let's just go down there and do some stuff. Like, no.
It's pretty crazy.
We both looked at each other like, this is wild.
Did you learn anything from this movie?
I did. So kind of to go along with what you were saying, humans just need to leave well enough alone. Like, if Mother Nature put that down there, yeah, it looks cool, but maybe we should just let it be. You know, we don't need to find giant squids and megalodons, and we're good.
Don't bring that evil on us.
No. So in this movie, like we said, the scientists are exploring the Marianas Trench, which is 36,201 feet deep. Girls, that is like 191 Cinderella castles from Magic Kingdom. Would you rather work in a lab like that, that's deep into the ocean, or would you rather be super high in the sky?
Super high. Super high.
All right, you both agree you'd rather be in the sky. Zosha, why do you prefer the sky to the ocean?
Because it seems less dangerous.
Yeah, I would say you have a lot less battles to fight up there. You don't have constant sea creatures around you. Amelia, why do you prefer the sky?
Because I think it's safer too.
All right, we're going for the safety one.
Yeah, I'm going to side with the girls as well. I feel like if something were to go wrong in the ocean, there is no way that I'm getting all the way back up to the surface. Whereas if something were to go wrong in the sky, I could probably get like a parachute or something and on my way down and I could survive. So I'm going for the safer route as well. How about you, Mommy? You going in the ocean or you going in the sky?
I would rather be in the sky. I would get way too claustrophobic. It's almost like the thought of being in a submarine, even if it is this huge, beautiful lab. Mm-hmm. No, thank you. I want the safety of the sky.
Yeah, I agree.
Legit fresh air.
Daddy, who is your favorite kid, though?
My favorite character is DJ. He's not a main character, but he's in the crew with all the people who are hunting down this shark, and I like him because he's kind of the funny guy. He talks about how this isn't part of the job that he signed up for. Like, I'm not supposed to be chasing sharks. I'm supposed to be in a lab and in safety. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. And then he's also, I like when he's screaming and the little girl is telling him, shh, you got to be quiet. And he just keeps screaming and screaming because he's scared. He's afraid of this shark. But the little girl has even more control than he does. I always thought that was funny. How about you, Amelia? Who's your favorite character from this movie?
I like the mom, Soo-yin.
Soo-yin is cool. Why do you like her?
Because she's brave and smart.
Very admirable things.
I like the mom too. And I also like Crazy Jonas.
Crazy Jonas. Why do they call him crazy?
Because a long time ago he told them there was a really big shark and they didn't believe him.
Yep, Crazy Jonas. That's why they call him it, because he told them that a long time ago. Nobody wanted to believe him. So, Crazy Jonas.
Mommy, who is your favorite character from the movie?
I really like Mei Ying, the daughter. She just is, for an 8-year-old girl, she's quick-witted, she's smart, she understands the risks that her mom is taking, she understands the danger that she's in, and even tells Jonas, hey, can you make sure you bring my mom back? She's just wise beyond her years for an 8-year-old, and I liked her. I really enjoyed her presence in the movie.
Yeah, she's a fun character. So we watched Jaws a while back, which has similar beach vibes with the Meg. Does watching these movies make you girls scared of the beach? Like, Zosha, would you still want to go swim in the ocean or go to the beach because you've seen shark movies?
Yeah.
Oh, good. But that means that you're not scared of sharks at the beach. That's awesome.
Yes, because they're far away from me.
Yeah, I mean, we hope that they are. Amelia, are you afraid to go to the beach?
Yes.
You are? You're afraid a shark's going to get you at the beach?
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, I'll protect you the best I can. Usually they put up nets far away from the beach so that dangerous animals can't even get to you. So you really don't have to worry because they're doing their right procedures to make sure that no dangerous animals can get to anyone on the beaches.
At least in most tourist spots.
Yeah.
If you're just picking a random spot on the beach, you might want to be a little bit more careful.
How about you, Mommy? Are you afraid to go to the beach?
I just don't like the beach. I don't like sand. I don't like salt water. You can find me at the pool, all right? And then I'll put a little fin on my back and I'll just pretend to be a little shark circling in the deep end, okay?
Yeah.
What about you, Daddy?
No, the sharks don't scare me at all. I'm actually the only one in the house that would actually be willing to get in one of those cages and go swimming with the sharks. Actually, I don't even need the cage. I'd probably go, with certain sharks, I'd probably go swimming with them.
That's that Crazy Jonas stuff. I don't know about that.
I'm Crazy Jonas now, Zosha.
Yep. Mommy, what was your favorite scene from the movie?
My favorite scene is when Jonas goes to dive into the water, like just freestyle dives into the water to save Soo-yin. And he's swimming and swimming and swimming, and then they take a shot back to the boat. And then they take a shot back to Jonas, who, by the way, I think is wild for just jumping face first into the ocean, eyes open. Can you imagine the salt water in your eyes? But anyway, when they flash back to him, all of a sudden he has goggles. And he's got a full face goggle mask on, and I'm like, oh, okay, you didn't jump off the boat with that, Jonas. But it was just a funny moment. I like that whole part. It's very heroic, and that whole scene gets pretty intense, and it's amazing. But it's one of those movie moments where you're like, someone didn't look at this.
So Mommy's favorite part is a mistake in the movie.
It is, but it's still, like I said, it's still a very good action-packed scene.
It's actually my favorite scene as well.
Oh, yeah?
So Jonas saves a lot of people in this movie. He's always jumping in, rescuing somebody. But this is one that really stuck out to me because this is just such an intense scene, like you had just said. I was raising my feet up because I was trying not to get my feet caught, like putting myself into their shoes
Yes.
of, oh my gosh, it's going to get my foot. Or I would turn my body when the shark was coming close to them. I was like, oh, you're right side.
You're
So
flinching.
I would flinch because I'm trying to be in their position. So yeah, it was a high intense scene.
It shows off Jason Statham's skills, too, because wasn't one of the other facts for this movie that he is an actual Olympic diver?
Yes, the Does It Hold Up podcast put out a fact for this.
Did you know? It was
Yeah.
one of those videos.
Yes, it was a Did You Know video. So, Adam, this one's for you, man. Shout out.
Yeah, and Jason Statham, see, he was already trained for this role. He was ready.
That's right.
Amelia, what was your favorite scene?
I don't have a favorite scene, but I do have a favorite scene what I don't like.
All right, what's your favorite scene that you don't like?
All of the parts with the shark.
It's a big chunk of this movie.
Yeah, I'd say that's about 92% of this movie. So, okay.
Amelia is not a shark fan.
Will be interesting to hear your thumb rating pretty soon. Zosha, what was your favorite scene from this movie?
My favorite scene is towards the end of the movie, so I don't want to spoil too much. But it's when the mom and Crazy Jonas were fighting the Meg.
Yeah, there'd be some big spoilers there if you went on to any more of that story. So we'll cut it off there. Good scene, though.
So the mom, Su-Yin, was the shark expert. That was kind of her role on the team. And maybe it's a favorite animal of hers. What is everyone's favorite sea creature? Daddy, why don't you start us off?
My favorite sea creature is an octopus. They have 3 hearts. They have 8 legs. They could change their colors, which is one of the coolest thing about them, to like be camouflage.
Yeah,
and
they do have a touch of camouflage to them. It's really cool.
to either get away from predators or so that they can be the predators. It's awesome. Their octopuses are cool. How about you, Zosha? What was your favorite sea creature?
Turtles.
Turtles. Oh,
All different kinds.
All different kinds. Do you remember what you used to call turtles when you were little?
Dude.
We did call them dudes.
Yeah, it was
Sweet.
great.
It was so cute. 2-year-old Zosha. Those were good times.
How about you, Amelia? What is your favorite sea creature?
Dolphins.
You do like dolphins.
Why do you like dolphins?
Because they jump and do tricks and we can see them.
Yeah, we went did the dolphin show at our local zoo, and the one thing I noticed that you didn't like is, remember when that dolphin did that crazy tail swipe at us and we all got salt water in our mouth? You were not a big fan of the dolphin that day.
Yeah. How about you, Mommy? What's your favorite sea creature?
The sea cow. Manatees. I love manatees. A peak moment in life before kids was getting to feed a head of cabbage to a manatee.
Oh, did you have to break up the cabbage? Or
Nah, you could just toss them to them like a football, and their big old little hands, like, it's almost like a spatula because they just have those big rounds and they like toss it and turn it and they wave the water like to put it into their mouth. It's adorable.
Yes, you do like manatees. Every time we see the manatees at the zoo or when we're in Disney, we got to run over to you and tell you, here they are, even though you know exactly where they're at.
Or you just know where I'm at.
Yes. So parents, The Meg is a higher budget B-type movie. It's hard to not compare it to other shark films, so I'm going to use a classic that people love as a reference. Jaws. Is the pacing better in The Meg? Yes. Are the characters better in The Meg? Slightly. Is The Meg scarier than Jaws? I don't think so. It's just too far-fetched at times. Between Jaws and The Meg, which one am I more likely to rewatch? The Meg for sure. Now, some of you may not agree on my take on Jaws, so here are some downsides to The Meg. Subtitles. If you have younger children, be prepared to read to them, because there's a bunch of scenes with subtitles because some people speak different languages. There's also a section where they're using some bigger science words that went right over my head, so I just had to accept it, and I imagine it's going to go the same for your kids. And then the shark eats a bunch of people, and it can be quite violent and scary, which Mommy will touch on in a moment. But on that note, I'm going to recommend 5 and up for The Meg. It's basically Jurassic Park, but in the water. Just more fun, and the CGI sharks look fantastic compared to the CGI dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
All right, so some parental guidance. Language, it is mild with only a few instances of profanity. Violence, absolutely. We see Lori's punctured abdomen after the Meg rattles their sub within the first 15 minutes of the movie. We witness a baby whale get attacked and eaten. A human limb is pulled out of the water, and there are multiple humans lost in this movie, from main characters to bystanders at the beach, where swimwear shreds can be seen in the Meg's teeth. Girls, was anything scary to you in this movie? Zosha, why don't you go
Yes.
first? What was scary?
Just all the shark attacks. Yeah, all the shark stuff.
So yes, I figured the shark was going to be the scariest part for kids. This movie does have multiple jump scares. There's good tension building when Mei Ying is playing around in the hallway and the Meg appears in front of her through that glass before trying to break that barrier between them. The scene where the Meg attacks the baby whale is also pretty intense and scary. You see that blood splatter in the water. It's kind of like, oof. Grown-up stuff, there is one scene of an obvious innuendo that gets briefly discussed. And we see Jonas in a towel post-shower for a scene, but nothing explicit occurs. Cry factor, there are a couple of losses that could cause some tears to shed. We personally didn't cry, but it was emotional.
So Rotten Tomato critics give this movie a 46%. That is a thumbs middle. And the audiences give it a 42%, which is also a thumbs middle.
Those are pretty close.
Yep. Let's see how it holds up in our house. Zosha, do you give the Meg a thumbs up, a thumbs middle, or a thumbs down?
Middle.
Thumbs middle? Okay. Amelia, what do you give the Meg?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Why do you give it a thumbs down?
Because the shark.
Yeah, the shark could be scary at times. Mommy, what do you give this movie?
I'm going to give this movie a low thumbs middle. It's not quite a thumbs down for me just because it has a lot of rewatchability.
Yes, and that's the reason why I'm going to give it a thumbs middle is because I will rewatch this movie because it was just entertaining.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought you'd go thumbs down.
I don't need it to be a great movie. I just wanted to be entertained, and that's what I got out of this movie. So obviously not you, Amelia, but Zosha, would you want to see a Meg Part 2?
Yes.
You would? Okay. How about you, Mommy? Would you want to see a Meg Part 2?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are in luck because on August 4th, it will be coming out in theaters, so we'll have to add that to our movie night list. And if any of you would like to add the Meg to your movie night list, it is currently streaming on Max and Fubo, or it's available across all video platforms.
And after watching, let us know if you give it a thumbs up, thumbs middle, or a thumbs down.
And when you do want to let us know what you think about the movie, please find us on social media. We like to post pictures of us on our movie nights, letting you know what snacks and sweets we're eating. We post a dad joke theme to the episode coming out that week, and it's just a fun place to hang out and see our new episodes that come out on Thursdays.
Our Facebook is It's Movie Night, and our Instagram is It's Movie Night Pod. Thank you for listening. Join us next week for another movie night. Bye.
Oh, make it